I'm kind of relieved that this got pushed out. Before the council does move to amend the city classification for the gang prevention and intervention services manager, I think a revisitation of the accountability should be had in regards to the effectiveness of the programs. When the members of the task force came before this council on December 13th to give an update on the 5-year strategic work plan, several questions were raised and remain unanswered regarding the statistical measurement of the success or the failure of the task force and its programs. SRPD Officer Navarro, when questioned, could not explain why gang crime statistics were not included in the update as we move into this next 5-year strategic work plan for the task force. And Mayor Oliveris, you noted that the SRPD had recently lost capacity for data analysis. However, the SRPD does have a crime analyst on staff and has already benefited by millions of dollars, which are set aside for the police department for the purposes of carrying out the department's obligation to provide accurate analysis of the success of the task force. The data which is being produced by SRPD for the purposes of analyzing the trends shows statistical increases for gang crimes of up to 1,400% for some areas of gang crime, but the summaries all state on the bottom of them that any conclusions based on the data should be made with caution, and caution indeed, since what Officer Navarro presented was that juvenile crime statistics are going down in most areas, from the 10 to 30% range. So we have some real problems with accountability and how we're measuring these things. So I think we really need to straighten that out before we look at spending. I'm not sure what the figure is now, but we're looking at upgrading this classification. And then, so as I look at the agenda item, a number of questions come up. What is the dollar value increase relative to the change in classification for this position? What was the former manager making? And I'm not sure what, when you were lieutenant and you were running that department, what you were making. And it says that in this report that the position has been overfilled. So what does that mean, like in dollar terms? How do we compare that? So that's something we really need to look at. If Measure O is funding this position entirely, as it states in this report, then what portion of existing programs is the salary increase coming from? Is it coming from programs that are going to help the kids, the after-school programs, or, that money's just not coming from nowhere. It has to come from somewhere if we're increasing it. And then how much money are we going to spend on another statewide recruitment effort? Something we really need to look at considering the budget problems we have.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. Caroline, do you have a comment on 10-2 as well?
Mayor, may I just ask the speaker's full name? I didn't get that. Robert Edmonds. Robert Edmonds. And then since I know that we don't have the ability to take verbatim minutes, if you could email me a PDF of that or something.
Can you hear me? Mayor Oliveris and council members, as you know, I'm Caroline Bagnollis, and I'm speaking as a Santa